Oh shit, Aries. So, what happened right before I started to record your video? I was told I didn't have enough space and I had to clear some room. And my throat chakra is.
We're getting ready. We're going to make a decision. Don't say anything.
My throat chakra is off the meat right now. Some throat coat. Aries. I was told to take it easy with y'all, and I don't know if it's because of your temperament, your workload, where your headspace is. I'm just not entirely sure what that meant. I think you're a little tender right now. Not in a bitch ass way, but Aries. Bottom of the deck is King of Wands. This season, Pisces season, you have High Priestess and the Moon, Seven of Pentacles, Queen of Swords, Wheel of Fortune, Six of Cups, Five of Cups, and Ace of Wands. And I feel that it's just been nagging and nagging and nagging at you. Unconsciously, subconsciously, consciously. It's like you did not want to completely deduct what you were feeling or sensing. But it's like one piece of information added on is catapulting this shit. It's gonna blow. It's like a pinprick. Like literally a pinprick on how much patience you have left. They have no clue how close to lunacy these two energies are. 12th house, Pisces is subconscious, mental illness, institutions, seclusion, prisons, hospitals. There's a part of the psyche that has been keeping things in check, in line, and there's something that takes its fucking pin and pricks, and it just bursts. It bursts. It bursts like it brings. They're gonna wish they had not. They're gonna wish and regret that button that they pushed, because it unleashes an aspect of you that they didn't know. They knew, but they didn't know. They've never seen it in full effect. They've only gotten an iota of what it was really like. The full extent, I don't see a tower, because for better or for worse, this is like a nuke. There is no remnants. When this erupts, when this implodes on itself, there's really no evidence of the aftermath. It's a like vaporized. what they were holding on to over your head, in reference to you, anything of that nature is null and void. It no longer exists. They have taken you beyond a space of compassion. This is where your untapped power becomes active. There's no remorse about what you're about to do. And let me get. Hmm. What's happened is you've actually lived this out in another plane. You've actually done this already. So when it happens, it's gonna happen so fast you won't be able to hold it back. If you had been able to plan it in this knowing, in this consciousness, you probably wouldn't handle it in this manner because you've already enacted it. The change is already underway. They don't know it. You feel it, but you don't know it beginning to end. You just know that it's necessary. You just know it's necessary. You don't know enough of the details. You don't need to. All you know is if you've done it already. So it's feeling real familiar. And it's like when you get in the middle of it, you're gonna be like, damn, deja vu. You're gonna get that feeling. But it's going so fast. It's going so fast. It's going so fast that you couldn't even stop it. Not if you tried. You don't have that type of power over this. This is out of your control. It's already well underway. It's already being controlled. It's already being it's already scheduled. It's already gonna happen. Of course, I drop all the cards. Of course it is. You got this. How did I drop them all? How? Make sure. Okay. Aries. You felt like you couldn't get in something, or you were being kept out of something. Like you just couldn't get past something, a threshold of something. I see what that something is. Your own fulfillment. The final 3 cards. something, a fear, that it would be too much, or you were asking too much, or you were demanding too much and it was just too hard, or it would inconvenience somebody. There's this passiveness, even though you'll ask for what you need, but only to a certain extent because you do so much. But you have this Ace of Pentacles here. There's a new way, a new opportunity, a new way of living, a new way of life. But it goes against the way things have been going up to this point. So the catalyst moment is when this person, unbeknownst to them, denies you your credit. They deny you your ability. They deny you all you've done. It's like, this is the one moment where you stand up for everything you've done, for where your heart has been the whole time while doing it, how much that you've, and even bringing up the fact that you chose to sacrifice when you shouldn't have had to, or that's where the lesson is. FYI, you did things that were not asked of you because it was a courtesy that you would think would be common, but to these people is not very fucking common. So they don't see what it's worth, but you know damn well what it's worth. You know what it's worth, and you know what you're capable of getting from it, but that ain't been what it's been giving you. I had a moment. I had a fucking moment. And it's almost to the point where it's had you jaded. You didn't even seek anything more than this. You almost passed up something. Almost passed up something because of the experience elsewhere. You almost passed up something fucking beautiful. Had it not been for that subconscious happening, that dream you had, that it's something you brought back with you from an experience, from like, damn, you wake up and like, damn, what did I dream about again? As soon as you wake up, it's on your mind and you know it and you felt it and it was real and it was like, damn. And the moment you wake up, you can't recall it consciously. Had you recalled it and known it, you could have sabotaged it from carrying out the way that it was. That's why you weren't being given enough information to stop it. And it's exactly this. You would have defeated yourself before you began. Telling that person off or stating that claim or taking that fucking action, you would have stopped it. You would have stopped it. But it got so much momentum in your spirit that by the time all it took was a trigger word, like a motherfucker was a sleeper cell, and you really let them have it, or you let them have it and go about your business. It's that kind of energy. Like, Had you been able to think yourself out of it, talk yourself out of it, you would have. So it was so automatic. You didn't even know the trigger that you were, that they were pulling. And something beautiful comes of it. I don't think anybody is, no humans are hurt in the making of this video or the deliverance of this message. I don't think anything negative happens to other people who are involved. I just feel that they don't fully understand what position you've been in until you're no longer willing to follow and you start leading them in a different direction. Then they understand. Damn, maybe I didn't know. Maybe I didn't know everything I needed to know to be leading in that manner. So all this time, you've been offering, you've been giving, you've been tending, you've been advising, you've been support, you've been all of that. And what you didn't realize is that was being done to you, through you, on you, by you. This is Aquarian energy, Moon in Aquarius. Seven of Swords is. It's, think about it. Okay, this is the star, right? In that water is a reflection. So when you see you're giving, you're seeing you're doing, you're seeing you're providing, you're seeing you're helping, advising. At the same time, you're receiving that message, that great advice that you're giving another person. And I tell people, I try to explain the thing about being in this type of work, say the work that I'm doing right now, and I'm relaying a message to you simultaneously because I have a different set of, I use my senses in a dualistic way. Communication is speaking and listening at the same time. So what wasn't being realized at one point was everything that you were helping others heal with. Every time you went to someone else's aid, every time you gave to them, you were investing in your own bank account, so to speak. You were giving yourself that advice for when you needed it. So with that moon, that high priestess, and that four of swords, there's something that you have done that was replayed to you, even in lucid dreaming or just in daydreaming or in a sleep state. There was something that you did that is going to be done in your environment that you already have maneuvered. You know the cheat codes. You already know the combination to cultivate the best possible outcome. Like I said, I don't think anybody's harmed in this, but I do feel that it's leading you passionately towards what you really desire, what you really want, and what you really need. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh. This is where you're headed, okay? This is the shit that you're nobody's doormat. You're not gonna keep continually taking care of other people your whole fucking life. That's not what you're gonna do. You're not doing that. You're not gonna fix it. Emperor, Queen of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles, Hermit, Strength. You have too much. You have way too much support, way too much energy behind you. And I feel like there's a reconciliation when it comes to friendship, when it comes to friendships of all kinds, partnerships of all kinds. Because of the simple fact that you finally realized something. And that is that very thing that, when you stand up and you ricochet that shit off the walls, and it punctures that bubble of illusion that you've kind of been in, that you're dutiful to do this. That's not how you're to serve. And there's something someone already knew about. They knew. They kind of knew it, and they couldn't explain. But for whatever reason, they retracted. They kind of left it open, like an open ended. So yeah, like you had to get to a certain level before the friendship could continue. There's something very vital that you needed to realize and access about yourself before it could move on to the next stage of friendship, partnership, relationship, business. And it's gonna come through a conversation. It's gonna, like I said, it's gonna puncture some type of shroud of, it's, you know what to do, man. Damn, Aries. Why you take me so far deep and beyond? Got my nose itching and shit. I hope that helps.